All right, now a turnaround is the bit at the end of your sequence, your 12 bar or your 8 bar form, whatever, usually only the last 2 bars, that enables you to move on to the next one, or turn around and go back to where you started, because the cycles tend to repeat. So it's a method for finishing up your verse and preparing for the next one, turning around to get back to where you started. There's 2 ways to look at a turnaround. First, in regards to the rhythm, the phrasing of whatever it is that you play. A drummer will play in those last couple of bars and elsewhere too, but particularly in those last 2 bars, a bit of a drum fill. So a drummer that might have a pattern that goes da, da, like that, like a straight syncopated type pattern, would, in the turnaround, play a busier pattern that was probably just all 8th notes, because it's a straight pattern. So it's da 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 da. So that type of thing. Let's do it in a turnaround context. So in the last 4 bars. So you just fill up the space a bit more. That's the first thing to be concerned with. Yeah, easy. The second thing to be concerned with, apart from the rhythm, is notes that you pick, the pitch of the various notes that you play. And remember, always, they depend on the chords that you're playing. Now, the chords that are important in a turnaround, let's have a look at them. We go to 5, 4, 1, at 5 at the end of most. It's a common ending to a blues progression. Now, apart from the 5 to the 4 is not, strictly speaking, part of your turnaround. But the last 2 bars from the G, that's where it gets busy. There's usually a vocal part in there, and then turn around here. So from the G, or the 1, I should say, I'm in the key G. From the 1 to the 5, that's your turnaround. Now, why the 5 at the turnaround? Because of the perfect cadence. Because we're turning it around from here back to there at the start again. So the turnaround works because of this. Whoops, sorry, missed that. From the 5 back to the 1. It's that important cadence, that movement. That sound there, as soon as you hear that, when you're in this key, as soon as you hear that, you know that you can't stay there too long until you eventually, some way or another, by foul means or fair, get back to there. Yeah? So that's the other crucial thing about the turnaround, is this movement from the 5 to the 1. Now, a common way to construct a melody within that framework, right, of the rhythm getting busier and this movement from 1 to 5 and then back to 1 again, is to make the second last bar, bar 11, before you get to the D, a little bit busier, and then focus on the 5 chord. Sometimes you'll play more over the 5 chord, often you don't. Let's have a look at a very common example in a shuffle feel, or a 12/8 slow blues type feel, in which we play this thing. Back to the 1. So in that case, what I was doing over the bar 11 on the G chord was playing the middle string 3rd fret, that note there, the flat 7, and playing a triplet, wasn't it? Da 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 da. So it's like I said, a shuffle, 3 feel. So we play that flat 7 note, and then open on the top, and then the flat 7 again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I obviously can't play that with my slide straight. I have to tilt it forward a little bit. and then down a semitone. And then whatever little run you want to get up to there. What am I doing there? Middle string up to the 7th fret, top, and then on the bar on the 3rd beat, come down heavy on that 5 chord. So we're using chromaticism here, and we're targeting that big strong D note, I should say the 5 note, in the open chord there, which is the one in the 5 chord that we're heading toward, because it's the chord that makes our turnaround. So what have we done there? We've broken the basic groove up into its smallest parts, into triplets in a 3/4. We've used chromaticism. We've moved one note at a time, even though we've put this open string in between. The essential movement here is that. So we've used chromaticism, one note at a time, and we've targeted the strong tone in the chord that we're moving toward. Okay, we're moving between chords in a turnaround. We're targeting the strong note in the chord that we're moving toward, the D. And then a little run up to the D chord itself. Let's do that in a different way. We'll do those same things. We'll use chromaticism. We'll break the groove up into triplets, and we'll target a strong note in the D chord. What are the other strong notes in the D chord besides the D? Well, we have our arpeggio. This is the first go-to, isn't it? And we're looking at strong notes. So the arpeggio in D is the 1, 3, 5, and the flat 7. Probably not so much the flat 7 in this case, although we'll have a go, see how it works. The 5 note is a strong one, isn't it? The 1 and the 5 are the stronger tones that we resolve to. So let's find, there's the 5 note in the key of D, in the D chord. Remember, we've used this little fragment here a few times. So let's do the same thing, targeting that, and see what happens. I deliberately made it nothing else apart from that, just so you could hear it. Let's do it with some bass. So that worked as well. It was a little more colour in it. It wasn't as strong as that, but also not as obvious as that. Yeah. Where else is that A? It's there. So we could go like that. Yeah, there's the A. I've approached it chromatically from below this time. Probably wouldn't do this, because that D note there that's part of the run is there. So it sounds silly. You could do it like that. So you're not playing that note on the bass every time. I'll get some padding on it. Yeah, so what was that? Triplet. And little shuffle sort of runs up to the A. And again, a little chromatic movement up to the bass note. So experiment with those yourself. Do the same with the F sharp. Yeah. Oops. Chromatic movement, targeting one of the arpeggio notes in the 5 chord, because that's where we're moving to. And then hit that 5 chord at the end. The other thing you can do, moving right along, just play any old riff that targets that D chord. It doesn't have to be chromatic. So yeah, what was that? Targeted that A note. That's a better one. Uses some chromaticism. Let's see if I can target this one. I'm not sure how that'll work, because it's the major 7 in the G, but we'll have a go. Whoops. There, see, it would have worked if I didn't stay there so long. Not as well as the 5 though. You might be able to come up with something that works better than that, but have a go. Play around, that's what this is about, having a go. So your basic strategy with your turnaround, keep it busy, target your 5 chord. The same really as with any movement around chords, isn't it? The next thing that we want to look at, just before we move on, is a different way of playing the turnaround as far as your chords go. In the next video, you'll extend this idea a whole lot further by picking new chords that we haven't played yet. For now, I want to have a go at a very common turnaround that goes like this. Okay, I'll put it in context. The last 4 bars go 1, 2, 3. So what was that? That was half a bar on the 1, half a bar on the 4, half a bar on the 1, half a bar on the 5. Yeah, so something like that. Let's see if I can mix that up a bit. Yeah, so that wasn't so obvious where the chords were there, but it worked as a turnaround, and I was hitting that 4 note there in that second bar a bit more. And then the last time I used it, I just used it to chromatically run up to the 5, but it worked better because we'd already had it. It had already been introduced, which the 4 can sometimes have a bit of tension. It worked better when we're looking at having the C chord in the turnaround, the 4 chord in the turnaround. The other thing you can do is just, to keep it simple, just play the chord. But who wants to keep it simple, really, when you can find these other interesting things? All right, well done. Now that'll do us for now. So have a play of that. Get yourself used to playing some riffs that target the 5 chord. See if you can incorporate this 4 chord in your turnarounds as well. So you're looking at, and then some notes from C. Back to G, D. Yeah, another example of that. See, there's a C, or the 4 chord I should say. Major 3rd in the 4 chord, back to the 1, to the flat 7 in the 4 chord, and then a little run from the G. That works on the G because it's the 5. Back to the 5 chord again. So have a bit of a play around with those, and then you'll be ready for the next lesson where it gets a little bit trickier again. Cheers.